All right, let's continue with this simple paint program and make some improvements. I'm thinking maybe, oh, you know what we just did is we just got rid of, I'm going to hit Control Undo. We just got rid of drawing the background. Now, what I'm going to suggest is I'm going to cut that, and I want to add a key event listener. So key down handler, wonderful. And function key down handler. And I want to do something like, hey, if event.code is equal to space, draw background. See if this works. Put the event parameter in there. So if I hit the space key, so we didn't want to draw a background inside of our loop, right? Because then it would erase our history. But maybe on a key, I want to be able to clear the screen. So let's see if that works. I also noticed I had a, let's get rid of this console.log. We don't need that anymore. All right, let's see if that works. So now I should be able to paint. And once my painting is done, if I hit the space key, awesome, right? So the space key will draw a background, a rectangle over top of the whole thing. So it'll delete your history. Okay, awesome. All right, another thing I'd like to do is maybe let's change the size, right? Like maybe like that 5. So that when I draw, it's a little smaller, it can be a little finer. However, remember how we talked about controlling these variables? Let's add, or these values, let's add a variable to control that value. Let's just call it size, and we can let the size be 5. And instead of using the number 5 there, let's use size. Okay, so now nothing should change. It should be 5. But now I can do things like this. In my key down handler, why don't I go else if event.code is equal to arrow up, I think was the code for the up arrow. And then I want to go size plus plus. And maybe let's just do a little, well, we'll be able to see that it changes. Else if event.code is equal to arrow down, then we'll go size minus minus. Right, so I'm using this variable size, and then I'm able to control that variable when certain keys are pressed. All right, and I'm doing an if-else-if statement here because if the space key was pressed, well, why would I bother checking if the arrow key was pressed, right? Only one of these possible things will happen. Okay, so now, right, it's that thick. If I press up, every time I press up, the size increases by 1. If I press down, it should go down again. Uh-oh. Okay, good, we're back. All right, cool. So that controls the size. That's pretty handy. Another thing we could do maybe is the color. Right now it's black all the time. What if I want to control the color? Well, let's change this value to a variable. So we'll call it pen color maybe, and I'll do the American spelling just because they've been training me to do that with HTML. Pen color will start off as black, but again, I can now, let's use that variable, pen color, like so. So it should be fine. Maybe just to test this, we should try red for a second. Yeah, that works. Right, so whatever this variable is, that's what the fill style will be before I draw my circle. Like I said, we'll start at black, but then we can change this again. Maybe let's keep adding here. Else if dot code equals, I forget what the things are here, so let me just test this. I want to use my numbers. Console.log event.code. So if I press the number 1, digit 1, it's called digit 2, digit 3, digit 4, 5, 6, etc. Okay, good. So if it equals digit 1, maybe digit 1 is going to be, pen color will be assigned red. Else if, event.code is equal to digit 2, then pen color will be assigned green. Needs to be a semicolon. And let's just copy and paste this time. Else if it's digit 3, then let's set it to blue. And you could just keep going, right? Else if it's this. And now it starts off as black. When I hit 1, it's red, 2, green, 3, blue. Space key resets it. Up makes it bigger, down makes it smaller. That's pretty cool. Okay. Now, what do I want to do next? Since we're on pen color, another idea is instead of having these buttons that are kind of, I'd have to write instructions and stuff, remember we've got a web page here. So what I could do is we could actually go under our canvas here. Let's make a color palette. Something like that. I think that's how you spell it. So I'm going to make a paragraph, or actually let's just do a div, and inside of that div I could have, you know what, let's just do words for now. Let's just do span where the ID equals red, and we'll call that red. And then I'll do another span where the ID red green, and then another span blue, blue, like so. Okay, this could be designed. We could make these boxes and stuff like that and put, actually I could put borders around that. Let's go to my CSS for a second. And let's just go span tags. Can I put a border around a span tag? I can't remember. Let's just do gray for now. Whatever. You can kind of make them, or we could have made these buttons, or we could have, actually buttons would have made more sense. That's easy enough to change. I'm going to do Control H for a little find replace span, and I'm going to replace that with button. Boop. Awesome. So now there are buttons and red, green, blue, and we could style these more, but I'm not going to waste the time. We don't need that anymore. Okay. So now what we can do is go to our CSS. This is my event stuff. Now I'm going to, maybe I want to do this. This is going to be my document event stuff because it's all to the document. And maybe down here I'll do my, button events just to keep things a little more organized. So document.get element by ID red, and let's name that red button. I like that better. A little more meaningful. Green button and blue button will be my IDs. So I'm going to get the red button and I'm going to add an event listener, click, and then set red will be the name of the function. Function set red, like so, and that'll simply say pen color is assigned red. Right? I want to update this variable called pen color because that's what I use right here, right before I draw the circle. And if I change it to red, it'll become red. And now let's do some copy and paste. Red, green, green button and blue button, and that'll be set blue. All right, fun. Actually, here too, copy and paste, paste, paste. Set green. We'll just set the pen color to green. Set blue, etc. Great. And now it starts off as black, but when I click this button, it changes the variable, changes the variable, changes the variable. Beautiful. Okay. Last thing I'm going to try to squeeze in here is this dot stuff doesn't look very good. I like to draw a line. When I move, I'd like to be able to draw a line where it'll draw a line from the previous mouse location to the new mouse location. And that should be a lot smoother. To do that, I'm just going to add some more variables here, P mouse X and P mouse Y for previous mouse X and previous mouse Y. And now, whenever I move the mouse, I'm going to do this in 2 steps. I'm going to save previous mouse X and Y. So I'll go P mouse X is assigned, whatever mouse X currently is. P mouse Y is assigned whatever mouse Y currently is. And then we'll update mouse X and mouse Y. Okay, so we're saying, okay, mouse X and mouse Y have a value. Let's save that, and then let's use this. Hey, where did I move this thing? Right, where is the mouse now? And we'll calculate the new mouse X, mouse Y. So that should give me this history of 1 frame before. And then when I draw, what I'd like to do, oh yeah, I got to change all of this. I'm going to go to context dot move to previous mouse X, previous mouse Y, and then context dot line to the current mouse X, the current mouse Y. Ooh, I hope this works. Now, of course, a line doesn't have a fill, so I'm going to change that to stroke style. And I'll change this to stroke to actually draw it. Okay, I hope this works. Cross your fingers. Wish me luck. Hey, look at that! Okay, so that's pretty cool. And again, my buttons should still work. Red becomes red, green, blue. If I go, ooh, the thickness, right? Remember that wonderful size I had of 5? That's not working anymore because that was part of my other thing. Hold on, what was it called again? Context dot stroke weight, wasn't it? Is a sign size. Let's see if that works. No, you know what? This is just me, I think. Oh, class is up. Anyway, that's just me forgetting. I think I'll look that up and do that. I think I'm just calling it the wrong thing. I'll look that up later and fix that. So we'll just comment that out for now. But otherwise, oh, it's line weight, or no, I can't remember what it is. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, and the other thing we'll look at too is maybe a different input element. Actually, let's do that quickly. I got time. Instead of all of these buttons here, actually, let's just add one onto a new line. I'm going to make a new paragraph. Have an input element, and we can actually go type color. And that input element creates one of these things, which allows me to select a specific color. And we're going to have interruptions now. So I ran out of time. Anyway, I'll make another video where we'll add that and fix the size. Okay, thanks. Take care. Hope that made sense. This is really cool. I love it. This won't work, but it's cool. Okay, see you in the next video.